I don't want to keep them waiting. I don't want to keep them waiting anymore. It just goes on and on and on and on. Not for very long, but just they don't need to hear any more of that. Anyway,
that sounds great.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to Cute Mania Live. Another flawless episode. I swear it's going to go perfect this time. This is show 101. I got through the 100th barely because I took down the very first when we started the stream. I took it down because it was my internet screwed up and it was just blap, 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 and we were frozen and everything. So I took it down.
The one with Aristotle?
Yes. There was.
I saw that one. That was good, man.
Well, that one was because we had to move everything in about 5 minutes into this room so I could be right next to the router because the internet's that bad. But yeah, we started out in there and it I need to talk to the manager, of the internet company or something. So. Welcome, Tom from South London, I guess, right?
Yeah, that's right. Thank you very
Welcome
much.
To the show. It's nice to have you. I kind of discovered you somehow on SoundCloud. I found you. It was somebody started following me, so I looked on their page, and then I saw a picture of this guy going like this, and I'm like, I gotta check that out. That looks awesome. So I did, and I was like, this is cool. So and we have Cole Houston. He's supposed to be here. Made it here. Cole, you look terrific.
I don't know. I'm getting. You're breaking up a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's on whose end it is.
I think you're frozen, Scott. For me. Oh, there you go. Come.
Am I back?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean, you never left. You were it just got staccato, and you were fine until you actually started streaming.
I don't know. I'm seeing it on the monitor. See, that's what I mean. Like the router is right there. I don't see how. I don't understand.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to.
It looks like it's remedied itself. You're good.
Yeah.
I just won't
catching
move,
up with
and
you.
then it'll look like. Then it'll look like I'm okay if I just don't. If I just freeze. And you guys talk, and I'll just be really, really still.
Yeah.
It'll look fine. But I want to thank Aristotle for coming down. Aristotle Jones for coming down and helping me out with the 100th.
He was great, man.
Chaotic episode.
You guys are like a modern day, I don't know, Donnie and Marie or something.
It was. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
good
there's other pairs to choose from, but if you want to go with that one, that's good. What was it earlier on?
Regis and Kathy Lee, I don't know.
Well, no. What did you say earlier on text? It was Howard.
Howard Stern and Robin, or Howard and Robin.
So you're calling him Robin? Is that what you're saying?
Whoever you want to be.
But we had fun. As chaotic as it was, we still had fun, and I'm glad he got to come down and hang out. Those are the most stressful shows, though, is when I actually have the guest here. That's when I don't know anything about what's going on. I just want to look at the screen. It's just way more.
I just how they feel.
Social distance properly this way. I can be really, really social distance. But, I don't have to wear a mask or anything. It's terrific. I don't know. Anyway, so welcome from I guess I'm in West Virginia. We're all in different spots. So
all over.
What's life like in South London? I know that's a very general question. But when it comes to the London fog, let's start with that because it was very
the London fog.
It was very foggy here last night. Is it like that all the time there?
No, not really. I don't think it's been like that since sort of Victorian era.
Isn't
when
like
it is, it's quite nice.
Or a myth or something like that. I think it's like a myth or something about the London fog.
I don't know. I think it was a foggier town, many years ago. I'm not sure why that is. Someone else will probably know.
Depends on what kind of foggy you're talking about, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Coley,
it's great.
Coley, what are you working on? Are you working on? You look like you're in your studio.
Yeah, this is kind of where the sort of so-called magic happens. It's just a side room of the house, really. So, it's sort of.
Are those all guitars behind you on the wall?
They are. I've got.
My goodness. We need a tour of your museum.
I've got a Gretsch, an Epiphone, and the basses. I'm a bass player, really. I've got the double bass there. So the guitars are just sort of I
You're hanging
I
out.
like playing guitar, but I'm not a guitarist as such, really.
I play guitar
Four
too.
strings is about enough for me. So, you know.
I can't even play bass. Like Coley handed me his bass one time, and I'm like, I can't strum this. I mean, I guess you can strum a bass, but it just doesn't sound right. And there's not enough strings. I don't know what to do with them. I really don't.
I like that. It's less is more for me for some reason. Just...
Can you play? I heard Les Claypool Primus put out a new. It's an EP, but it's like 28 minutes long, and it's broken up into tracks.
Right.
Can you play like Mr. Claypool at all?
Not really. I mean, no. Is the answer.
Can anybody?
No, I don't think anyone can play a Les Claypool. But I do. I used to like doing a bit of slap. But the thing is, I don't use it anymore. I just in the bands I've been in the last.
Can you play the upright?
Yeah. Do a bit of.
Do you like that better?
Not really. That was kind of something I did. Probably bought that about 7 years ago, and it was kind of something I always wanted one, and I had a big birthday and I treated myself, and it's one of those.
I didn't have a birthday when I bought this. I just had some extra money laying around. I was like, you know what, man, let's do it.
Sometimes that's the best way, isn't it?
It was the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the upright thing, at the moment I'm not playing it at all. But not out and playing in gigs or anything.
You should just when people are expecting you to play your regular bass, you just show up with that and be like, you know what, I don't want to play that tonight. I'm going to play this.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know what sort of. Yeah,
I was feeling foggy, and I just wanted to play the upright.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's where that came in. I think it was like a fairy tale, wasn't it? Or not a fairy tale, a nursery rhyme. Like Ring Around the Rosie and that's a really awful song. That Ring Around the Rosie song is really awful if you know what it's about.
It's about a plague or something, isn't it?
It is. It's like the Black Plague, I think. Yeah. Like pocket full of. Yeah, it's bad, but they teach it to us as kids, and we're all happy.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Smiling away.
Yeah, dancing in a circle, and Coley did that when he was younger, didn't you, Coley? Yeah, he knows what we're doing. Coley, he's very shy on this. You're usually very talkative, for hanging out and stuff.
It's been a long day, man. It's been a long day. I've been going through some archives, found the old bowl cut boogie, all 16 different mixes, and been going through that.
Did you catch the taco cart today, or whatever that guy is?
No, that's only on the weekends. He makes his rounds on Saturdays.
I guess there's a guy that rides a bike around where he lives that sells tamales off of his cart that he pulls.
Yeah, he pushes a little cart right out there. It's great. Yeah, he'll come to your door.
Bring him with you when you come up. Just bring him with you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I will. I was going to bring you a stack.
No, I mean, bring him with you. Then we won't have to worry about making anything.
Oh,
why have him?
Well, I mean, if he's down for it, we can work something out.
He would make a killer.
Yeah, they would go over well there. Yeah,
we'll let Trace know, and he'll come down and get like the half the cart. He'll get it. Anyway,
that would be good, man. Going up there and doing college night again, and those would go over great.
Would you not want me to make tacos when you're here? Would that be awful? Because you have
had too many.
Do you want to make?
Oh, are you coming in?
No. When you come up here,
Oh, I thought maybe he was going to hop over and we're going to get a visit.
Coley, do you want me to make tacos?
Oh, yes. Man, you always surprise me with the best culinary delights.
I think we're going to have spaghetti when you come up.
Well, I was going to suggest, if you want a suggestion, I could definitely go for, as long as you got some good bread to go with it.
I can make that happen. Yes, we have very bakeries around here that do kind of the Italian bread.
I'm a big carb guy, so
our town here is very the whole state actually, but this area in particular is a lot of Italian immigrants. So we're treated with some really really good fresh Italian bread a lot, and these things called pepperoni rolls. They're kind of like they're what you think they would be. It's a roll with pepperoni inside.
Nice.
And some people put cheese in them, which is absolutely the best, but they serve them warm, and they're so good. They're really good.
Hey, do they still have the Italian festival every year, September, Labor Day, or whenever that is,
I think they canceled it. I think they canceled it during the the plague. But
oh yeah, I was just wondering if Tony Danza was still. I mean, he made an appearance every year. I remember.
Really?
yeah, and also
I think that was about the only thing he's doing. But he was pretty consistent. He showed up.
The band Amici, they're pretty big globally, I think, but they're there every
Bigger
year.
than Tony Danza.
Yeah, I mean Tony Danza's not that big anymore. He was big back when he was on TV. He's like Mike Tyson. He only gets pressed when he beats up somebody on an airplane. You know what I mean? Did you hear about that?
Tell that to Tony.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that? It was like the other day. It wasn't yesterday. It was like the day before. Mike Tyson beat he's punching some dude on an airplane. But what I'm wondering is, why was Mike Tyson flying coach on a JetBlue plane? Why? Why he's got enough money? He should have his own plane or be able to fly first class. He shouldn't have to deal with that.
Well, that's probably why he punched somebody. He just lashed out. Yeah.
Why do I not have any more money?
Yeah.
Why do I have a tattoo on my face?
Mike flying coach, look out.
Yeah, I mean, like everybody on YouTube was that people would post that video, and I'm like, why am I the only one that's wondering why Mike Tyson's in coach on JetBlue? I mean, apparently, but yeah, everybody was just talking about, well, yeah, it wasn't a fight because the other guy was blah 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 whatever.
You do bring up a good point though. I'm kind of curious to that myself.
It's an obvious point, I thought. I mean, I was just surprised. I was like, why is nobody saying anything? And then I clicked on a different video, and somebody did talk about it, but nobody even replied. I'm like, well, maybe somebody will reply to me. I haven't checked. I should have checked before we came.
You sure it was the Mike Tyson, and it just wasn't Mike Tyson from Indiana?
It was Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
That one.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
He's gonna come and beat me up.
Man.
If he can find me. If he can get
I think that's the hip thing to do is like the whole Will Smith is just settle things with violence.
I thought that was fake when I first saw it. I wasn't watching live.
I bet you Chris Rock didn't.
I don't know because if you watch it back when Will Smith turns around after he does it and he's walking back on the stage, he kind of grins. So it kind of makes you think that it was an act. And the way that when he hit him, he kind of slapped his foot at the same time, like they do in wrestling, like fake wrestling. So to make it sound like dramatic or whatever. And
it did seem like just a whole.
No, he really hit him.
Very convenient. I don't know. Yeah, I'm who knows? But I don't think it was.
I don't know if it was uncalled for. I mean, he was making fun of his wife's health condition, sort of. But I mean, who cares? Whatever.
Yeah.
Health condition.
This isn't an entertainment podcast.
I mean,
you can find this kind of material on a different podcast if you're not interested in us. Tune into them. No, I don't know. But it is interesting, but it's not really. I mean, who cares?
Are you able to look and see who's tuned in on the super chat? Is Translucent Rob cranking?
No, he went up to his cousin's. They had a family emergency, so he's headed up there. But I actually talked to him when my phone's on the tripod there, so I can't. If you don't have an iPhone, I can't get your text messages on my tablet that's right here. Right? But neither of them do, so I didn't. Coley wasn't on here yet, and I was like, well, maybe I should check my phone. So I got up, and sure enough, but both of them had texted me, and he's headed up there. So I told him I'd hit him after a while. But why don't we go ahead and play one of your songs, Tom? I want.
Okay. Cool.
And then I want to ask you after we hear a bad idea. I want to know where the name Flamboyant Bone came from, but we'll talk about that after the song. What is a bad idea about? You kind of gave me a little description of these songs in the email, but let folks know that didn't get the email because I didn't send it out mass-wide. I didn't.
Well, the reason I gave you this one was because it's probably one of the more popular ones on SoundCloud. And you probably both know sometimes you put stuff up and you may not necessarily like it all that much yourself, but some other people seem to like it. So that's why the reason it's a bad idea was originally I played the melody just on a Rhodes. Well, not on a Rhodes. I don't have a Rhodes, but a Rhodes sound. It was very jazzy and a bit slow. And then somewhere between that and actually recording it, I put lots of breakbeat and delayed guitar through it, so it became a bad idea. It's a good idea turned into a bad idea, or maybe back into a good idea. Who knows?
What's the one? What's it called? Flying Bear? Is that the?
Yeah, I was gonna do that one because I know
the graphic that you used for that is
what is it? Flying Bear?
Yeah, it's the graphic that he uses is very disturbing, but it's hilarious.
It's a I can't remember the artist's name. I'll have to remember, but he's a
So funny.
it's like a body image thing for men. It's like
Yeah.
positive body image, and it was all of that. It was all about. I was going to give you that one, but that's the only track. Would you believe
We got all kinds of time. We can pull up any of them.
that I haven't got a copy of anymore? The only copy I've got is on SoundCloud.
That'll give folks a reason to go to SoundCloud and listen to
Yeah.
stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But let's take a listen to A Bad Idea
Cool.
by Flamboyant Bone, and we'll find out why he's named that and not just Tom
Yep.
after we listen to this. Oops. you also play drums on that?
No, that's
Very fast.
the.
What don't you
Yeah.
use for that, man? Those are. Do you mind if I ask what modules you used, or what VSTs, or what was on there?
No, not at all. Right, just to sort of clarify, I'm pretty old school. Really, I don't really the whole kind of digital recording thing. Yeah, I know. Well, very much, Charles. I'm quite jealous of quite a few of those things you got there, but
No, digital is no. We don't even say that around here. So yeah.
but yeah, basically, this all came around from sort of going into lockdown and me not having any gigs. So initially, the everything I do with the Flamboyant Bone stuff is all played live into the door via just kind of I've got things like most of them are mini keyboards. I've got this little Yamaha thing, and there's can't remember what it's called, Mini Nova over there, and I've got a mini MS-20 and stuff like that.
Okay, cool.
And most of that's in with the bass guitar, obviously, and guitars and stuff like that, and everything. So the only thing I can't play is the drums. I never have been able to play the drums. I'm rubbish at the drums. So that is it's a I can't remember what it's called. I think it's MT Drum Pocket or something, and it was a free plugin.
It sounds really good. I mean,
it is good. It's
very nice.
computer-generated thing. It sounds excellent. I
You
think.
can muck around with it quite a lot. You can really sort of. It seems it's fairly pliable to sort of make it sound quite live.
Right.
And yeah, that's the the only plugin really I use. I have used a few sort of since then, just because I didn't really know what I was doing with them half the time. It's much easier for me to play it in than it would
That's
be.
the best though, man. Not knowing what you're doing and just kind of hammering it out. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. Let's start with how you came up with Flamboyant Bone, and why just not Tom? I mean, Tom. Not very many people have that name.
Well, that's maybe where the story comes in. It's a bit boring, but really, what it is my son he plays Fortnite. So I don't know if you've heard of it.
I don't know much about it either, but yeah, I know what
so
you're
he was keen on me to play with him, and you have to set up an account and you have to have a name. And there's probably about 500,000 to 1 million Toms playing Fortnite.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
So yeah, I was going to be Tom 1010 whatever. Yeah. And I kind of almost just plucked it out of the air. Just said I thought Flamboyant Bone, and
that's
then
what you landed on. Like that's what you were thinking. You thought of that.
I know. I don't know. I think it made him laugh. I think that's what it was.
Yeah. Well, your picture made me laugh a little bit, but I was intrigued. Like when I first saw it, when you're on that person's face, I wish I could remember who that was. That got me there. But yeah, when I first saw I was like, I've got to check this out. This guy knows he's doing something with synths or something. I know for a fact. And then the very first song, I can't remember which one it was, but I was like, yes, this guy's coming on the show. So, even if you weren't coming on the show, I probably would have played some of it on here anyway. But,
yeah, well, play as much as you like.
Now, what's the first album? I noticed your description on SoundCloud. It's it was about. You should have posted a long time ago or something to that extent. I can't remember right off.
Yeah, it might have been on the first album because I think what it was. I mean, initially what it was, I was just making demos at home, and to be honest, I think my idea was perhaps it might actually be a project I could take on as a live thing, further down the line. And then as time went on, and perhaps that wasn't looking so likely, and we were all indoors for a lot longer than I thought we would be. I just decided, just to sort of stick it out there. And then the second album really was just kind of more, it was actually more taken as, this is actually something I would do.
Yeah, and you never know who's going to like it.
No.
I mean, especially SoundCloud is for people that don't know, it's generally free to upload there's a limit, but my gosh, the limit's crazy.
Yeah,
for free. Of course, even the paid version is not that expensive, and I have the Pro Unlimited stuff too.
Yeah,
that's just to be able to upload as much. I checked on there the other day. I have 94 tracks or something like that, and a lot of them are just absolutely terrible. Like I think, but somebody listens to them, I guess. But then you also have the bots on there that come on, and they those reposters. And they say, we'll give you all these listens and all this stuff. So I have one track on there because I bid on one of them because it was free. So
Right.
I just threw out a track there, and it's the only one that has like 800 plays. The rest of them is like
Well,
5.
it works.
6. Yeah, but that one, it's like 800 plays, and like the majority of them are like LA. I'm like, these people aren't even listening to my song.
No, I know.
I
That's
don't
the
know
thing.
what.
Unfortunately, SoundCloud's a bit like that.
It is, yeah. And
It's
you
a
get,
great
messages every just about
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
We'll make you famous. No, you won't. No, you
No,
won't. I will
no.
make you famous. I will do
Yeah, absolutely.
that.
But yeah, I mean, well, a lot of that was down to. I mean, again, there's part of that on that sort of thing I wrote on SoundCloud. It was all about being kind of DIY and stuff, and that appeals to me a lot. You know,
Right,
again,
yeah, there's quite a bit of that on there actually. Some of
yeah,
it's
and I
not
think
that great. Some of it's some
no,
of it could just stay in their living room or wherever their mom's basement. So but I mean, right here I am being judgmental again. But
So was that just a live one pass deal? I mean, did you multi-track anything, or that was just a live
no, that's
performance?
no, it's all kind of. I mean, it is all multi-track, John. It's sort of. I mean,
I mean, did
play,
you go back and overdubs, or was that just a one pass live in the moment performance?
pretty much because I really, again, I'm quite a lazy person when it comes to stuff like that. So
Right.
when I do, particularly things like guitar solos, which I'm not very good at, and you probably maybe the other two songs you might notice that guitar solos sound quite similar, but they're all right, they work.
Yeah,
But the thing is,
you make it work, man.
Yeah,
That's all right. That's cool.
if I get it right, more or less the first time, and actually I quite
do you
like
ever use
the odd mistakes.
do you ever use the mastering on the Dolby mastering on SoundCloud? It doesn't sound very good at all. I don't think.
I haven't used it. No, I mean I
And
wouldn't
that,
really.
and there's only four separate things you can use. One of them is like really
What is
bass
it?
heavy. It's just a
You want to stay away from noise reduction, I would say. Is
yeah. I mean,
general
it's
rule.
they call it mastering on
Stay away
SoundCloud, which I'm sure for some
Well,
people, but it just
That's not
if
mastering.
you put a raw track like the one that we played that I played at the beginning, I put that one on SoundCloud mastering first before I did anything with it. I just put it on the raw, and I didn't really even hear a difference other than it took like. I didn't think there was any muffling in it at all. Like it sounded muffled when I clicked over to what it would sound like originally, and that's not what it sounded like when I listened to it before I don't know. So I think that's kind of just like a marketing,
Yeah.
not scheme, but you just a thing because I don't know. But you get 3 free of them a month, so you might as well use them, I guess.
Free what?
To master your track on SoundCloud. Yeah, but it just seems like after you uploaded it, it just sounds muffled, and then you put it through one of their 4 categories of stuff, and automatically it's clear.
It's amazingly clear.
Yeah, but it's not like a big difference, and it's definitely not master, but it's I guess it's just an option they have to throw out there.
Yeah.
With the perks of the paid membership, I guess, to it.
Yeah. I'll have to try it. I haven't tried it, but it's
I mean, it's not a waste of time, but once you do it, you'll be like, this is stupid.
yeah, right.
I mean, because they only give you like a 10-second window. Like you get to pick what 10-second window of your song you want to hear.
And okay,
so
and then you get
you hear a difference, and you can go through it, and then it takes like 5 minutes to do the whole thing, and then you listen to it, and it's just like, that's it. Like that's the enhancement. You know what I mean? Like okay. So I do it every once in a while just to do it. Because it shows up on SoundCloud on your track. It'll show up that it was mastered by SoundCloud or whatever.
Okay.
So I don't know if anybody looks at that. I don't.
Yeah.
When I'm looking at somebody's stuff. Oh, they mastered it on SoundCloud. I'm definitely gonna listen.
It's so much better.
But I guess a lot of artists got their start on SoundCloud. Like a lot of famous artists. I don't know who they are, but
well, I know that Billie Eilish, who's a pop star, she I think
it's not English. It's not Billie English then.
No, I think she
well, that's
initially.
how it's spelled, right? It's spelled English.
Yeah.
But you don't say it.
No, it's
I don't know. So what it was I.
Well, see,
Maybe
Coley said Jesus on text earlier, and I said, well, is it the Mexican pronunciation or is it the heavenly pronunciation? Like Jesus or
Jesus.
So which one was it, Coley? Which one were you pertaining to?
But neither really. I mean, that was a different conversation.
Those are the only 2 that I know.
Oh.
Well, I don't even really know Jesus at this point that I know of. Is that a Schecter, Coley?
It is. It is. You like it? It's a
Yeah.
Schecter Telly.
Wel-
The
welcome, to
P90 and the
welcome to the Schecter
the
family.
next spot.
Oh, nice.
I said,
Yeah.
welcome to the Schecter family.
Yeah. It's. Oh, is that what you were playing? I was trying to see.
That's what
That's a
yeah.
beauty, man. What are you playing it through? Do you have what do you? What
I
amp
have
are you
a
using?
yeah. I think you were busy when we were. I have a Mackie Thump. Like it's a 12, power 12, and actually
Oh, okay.
an equalizer.
It's like an all-in-one combo
yeah,
type
yeah.
of
It's
deal.
got it's actually got an equalizer on the back of it, but it's also Bluetooth. I know technology, woohoo! But I can actually do the equalization on my tablet, so I don't have to like reach behind the speaker and mess with it. It's right.
Ah,
It's pretty cool.
cool.
Kind of looks like the Joe Satriani model, you know, that Ibanez model.
Yeah.
The way the edges are rounded. You know,
Yeah, they are pretty rounded.
Good
They're
thing,
very
Rob.
comfortable.
That's
Very
nice,
comfortable
man.
edges. Thank you.
Good to see you stepping
I
into the.
can't believe I just can't believe I played acoustic for 20 years and I mean yeah I dabbled a little bit on like picking up people's guitar, but when you're sitting by yourself and you're holding the guitar and you're doing stuff that you don't want anybody else to hear, you know what I mean, because it's not very good. I'm sitting down and I'm like, why didn't I have this a long time ago? This is terrific, I don't even have I don't have pedals or anything, like it's mainly just clean. I do have a distortion. Let me see if I can do it right here. This mixer that I use for the show is it's a Yamaha MG10XU USB.
Yeah, it's got the delay.
It's got 24 voice effects on here, and
Wow.
that's what I'll use. So like this one is what's this one? Yeah, this is it. This is the distortion one. This is the distortion one for my voice. So this is what I use for the guitar when I want to play distortion. But it sounds so bad. And okay,
That's awesome.
it sounds really bad because it's the gain. Even though the gain's not all the way up, it is all the way up. It just sounds
This is the distortion you need.
right. So I need. Rob got out that grunge pedal the other day, Coley. Remember
That's my Boss Metal Zone. What?
ancient grunge pedal? Remember that ancient grunge pedal?
The DoD grunge pedal? Yeah.
He got it out and played it with his guitar, and it actually sounded really good. And I use this quite a bit.
Yeah.
When I'm doing things.
I just got this
That's on
delay
Cesspit.
right here to the looper in
That's on
it.
Cesspit.
And, oh my God. I've been buried for a week.
But I mean, there's like karaoke setting. There's radio voice setting. I mean, there's all kinds of crap on here. I don't even use it, other than to be annoying, like I just did. I guess there's other things to be annoyed with or annoying with. Hey, what's B&H? Does it stand for something, or is it just something that goes bleh, like that?
Bleh. That song, I don't know why I called it B&H in the end, because it's a funny song. I think I told you I was feeling pretty under the weather. So to speak, and still don't really know what it was. So that's kind of, it's sort of I don't know, it's a funny song. It's kind of a love song, but it's a cry for help at the same time. No, but B&H actually refers to, I mean, obviously you're a smoker, but it's a very famous, cigarette brand in the UK.
B&H?
Yeah, B&H. It's Benson and Hedges.
Benson and Hedges? Is that what that is?
Yeah, Benson and Hedges. Yeah, so it's and I haven't smoked for nearly 10 years, but yeah, I was probably quite enjoyed
I need to quit.
when I did.
It's not a good habit at all, but I guess I promote it on the show because I smoke constantly. But
Well, I don't know.
Advertisement, kids. Of course, kids. only kids 13 and up can watch my show. I have
Exactly.
on my channel. I never know what kind of shenanigans are going to go down. I had I guess marijuana is legal in I don't know if it's entire New York State, but I had a band on from Buffalo, and they were hitting bongs in bowls the entire time.
Well, if it's legal, I guess.
I mean, if you got to shoot up, don't do it on the camera. Do it somewhere else.
It's maybe a private thing.
That's a little much,
You could have let me know in advance.
It's a very metal show sometimes, but
A very metal show.
yeah, don't shoot up on. You're not that metal anyway. If you're shooting up, you're not metal at all. You're terrible. I don't know.
Have you had much problem with that? Have you had to send out emails in advance?
No, not with the guests as much as people in chat. I didn't have any restrictions on the live chat at all. Like,
oh, okay.
But now
So you have audience members who are protecting in order to
I mean, they're not like
make you
they're
feel
not
better,
like
or
normal viewers. You know, it's like somebody that follows the band. Well, this one guy was stalking because they had a female guitar player. It was her ex-boyfriend that was stalking her, and he showed up in the chat and started asking. I mean, he asked a good question at the beginning, so I read it, you know, for the band, and they answered the question, and then it was like it comes up where I can review it if there's a curse word in it and stuff. I can, before it gets posted, I can look at it, because sometimes, you know, people say shit, but they're just talking about, you know, they're talking with the conversation, you know. I'll let that go. But this guy was being, I mean, the C word, the female C word, and, you know, things like that. And it was just, I was like, something's wrong here. And you can kind of see on the show, like, you can kind of see, but thankfully we were in the middle of one of their songs, so I wasn't actually talking. But you can kind of see how I went to look at the tablet, and then I'm reading it, and you kind of see my expression change. But all I did was kick him out of the chat and blocked him off the thing, and we just kept on going. I mean,
look out!
You kind of have to do
wind up
that.
on Catch a Predator or something, man. You need to be careful.
Yeah, I mean, I put a restriction on the chat. You know, you have to be subscribed for at least 20 minutes. I mean, I don't want to restrict it to everybody. I mean, I've only had to do that twice. I had to do it one other time, and the other person I didn't block, I just muted them for the next hour, which was the rest of the show. So it worked out. I mean, they're not banned. They were done for that one. They just
I didn't realize that you attracted such.
They were just copying and pasting they kept requesting a song from the band, but they were just copying and pasting it, and it was over and over and over and over again. So it was just annoying. I don't know.
Time to go.
Speaking of badass songs, let's listen to B&H.
Okay.
electricity. Early mornings, late nights again. Am I a poet or a songwriter, or just a drunk with a pen? World turning inside of me. World turning inside of me. World turning inside of me. World turning inside of me.
Yeah, that drum program is great. I mean,
Yeah, it's a
it
good
does sound
plugin.
like there's a guy sitting playing drums with you.
Yeah,
But it's
I mean,
very
you do-
perfect though. It's very perfect. He's very on tempo. He's got
yeah.
it.
He seems to be able to come. Yeah, it's a good timekeeper. It's metronomic, really.
Spill your beer or anything.
Yeah.
He's a Metro man. Very good stuff. I was looking at the lineup for tomorrow. Music on Main's is I'd still say it's a kind of a newer venue because they bought the place next to them and they unfortunately had to gut the place because it's an older building. But
Where is that?
down in Bridgeport, right across from the fire station. The guy's name's Jackie that owns it, and he actually went to Full Sail. He's a Full Sail graduate, so he knows everything there is to know about sound and live sound and studio stuff. So it's a studio slash stage.
Where the old cafe was? The coffee shop?
No, the cafe's still there. The Almost Seven's still there. This is on the other side of the bridge, like the fire station side of the bridge.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Real small place. I mean, you could
Right.
use it,
I know
you
what
could
you're
use it
talking
easily,
about.
but it's a really cool space. It's small, but it's a really cool space. The acoustics in there are just phenomenal, and but it's a studio slash stage. So if you want to get stuff you want to record, he can do that. He can help you out with that too. And they do lessons and stuff like that. It's a really really cool spot. And tomorrow they have a really good metal show. It's actually Rob's son is playing. Scare Tape's playing. So Scare Tape, it's Scare Tape and I looked at the thing here. Scare Tape and Pinky's Brains. I guess that's a play on Pinky and the Brain. I guess maybe not at all. Maybe it has nothing to do with that. And then Leader of Me, which I've never heard of those other two, but Scare Tape is also playing. And it's if you don't like loud music, I mean, still come down, but like if you don't like loud music, bring earplugs because it's gonna be loud. I guarantee it's gonna be thrashing metal. Kill yourself.
When is this?
This is tomorrow night. Tomorrow night at I think he starts the shows at 7 or 8. It's $10, all ages. Drop the kids
really?
off.
They've been doing this on a regular basis?
Bring your parents with you. What is it? Yeah. Mhm.
Is this the regular type of deal that's been going on? Or?
Sometimes he'll have a show on Thursday, just depending on what the band's, if they're touring or out of town. He's had out-of-town bands. I saw a band there.
That's great.
It was badass. They were called Mega Colossus, and it was everything you would think a band called Mega Colossus would sound like. It was the shit. Them and Iron Flame was there, and Torrance is from Morgantown. They played also. But, I mean, it's very personable because you can get up close. And, you know, I've been there when it's been packed, and it's still comfortable. He's got popcorn for free. Get some popcorn. He's got drinks and stuff. But he's expanding. Well, I mean, he's expanding. Yeah. That's why he bought the place next door so he could expand and do like a little cafe or something. Or some beer, something like that. I told him, for the love of God, please don't get craft beer. Just don't get craft beer. That'll bring the flannels in. We don't want the flannels.
Yeah, bring the wrong crowd in.
Are you an anti-flannelite?
Hipsters. What is it?
Are you an anti-flannelite or what's going on?
I mean, he doesn't want that kind of crowd there. He doesn't. I'm kidding. I don't even think we have a crowd. There's really no crowds here because there's not very many people who live here.
So this is just down the road from you. It's not far.
Yeah,
it's in your town.
Maybe 10 minutes. Yeah, it's
Cool.
not very far.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a really cool spot, and sometimes he'll have a show and there won't be many people there, and I'm like, what? When I was growing up around here, there wasn't anything to do. Every kid's like,
what did you do when you were growing up? What did you do around there?
We had Skate World, but Skate World's closed now. It's like a pipe fitting place.
You played the trombone, right?
I did play the trombone. Yes, I grew up playing the trombone. Mm-hmm.
Very difficult instruments, but I've got 2 trombones and I can't.
I wouldn't say I'm an
play
accomplished
them.
trombonist, but I just played. That's
Good.
we'll leave it
That's
at that.
good.
I could play the shit out of hot cross buns. I can tell you that much. I was excellent.
Is that are you a trombonist or a tromboner?
I'm neither. I'm an alumnus of the
alumnus of
the
trombone?
Trombone.
of tromboning. Yes, tromboning.
So you're a former
Kind of like a flautist, I guess. Along those lines.
Okay.
Ah,
I guess.
Why are we talking? I don't want to talk about me. I don't like talking about me.
Yeah, no.
We've done this before. I want to talk. I want to talk about Tom. Everything to know about Tom. No.
What do you want to know?
Well, what do you want to tell us? Well, we have a little bit more time here. I guess I can tell the folks what's coming up. I put it in the chat, but nobody's on there right now. So if anybody's watching secretly where I can't see that you are, I have a stretch of flawless shows coming up. Also, no glitching or anything on the internet. Sunday and Monday both. They're both at 8:00. But Sunday is Fubar. They're from Pittsburgh. And they're reggae and they have a whole horn section and stuff, and they're getting ready to go on a little tour because they just put an EP out. It's really good. We'll actually listen to an older song of theirs at the end of the show. But they are Jake, I believe, is the bass player, and he's going to be the one joining us Sunday night. And then Monday, a band from Buffalo, second band I've had from Buffalo. They're called The Safety Meeting. And they are hilarious. I don't know them at all. I've never met them, but they just seem hilarious just by chatting with them on Instagram and things like that. So I'm kind of excited about that one. And not kind of excited. That's not very nice to say. I am excited about that show. I'm excited about every show that I do. You are the best guest I've had.
Thank you very much. I'll be honest with you. It's been great, being asked to be on because, I mean, we're, talking about sort of doing stuff in SoundCloud and, from, being stuck in the pandemic. And I know that's when you started the channel and stuff. And it really is. It's doing it yourself. And it's been a ride,
trust me.
I'm sure it has. But,
unparalleled. Yeah, definitely.
I'm completely on board with you to do it. I mean, it's something that I think that is really worthwhile doing because you turn people on to other music and stuff, and
well, it turns me on to other music too. I mean, I don't necessarily have to like the music and listen to it all the time.
No, of course not.
But it's so interesting what other people come up with musically.
Of course,
It gives me time to do that, and not always listen to what I like to hear, or what I like to listen to. I'm not forced to do it, but I do it because it's somebody's
therapeutically if it keeps you from committing a murder or other serious crimes.
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely. Yeah,
that's what Cesspit was about. That song that I did.
Yeah.
Is Ian Brady a big?
Always. Yeah, I mean, I think if
I never heard of him until I just kind of looked up serial killers in other countries because I we have Gacy, Dahmer, and all that stuff. I already know about those guys.
He's pretty. Yeah, I mean, he and his partner were pretty big. Myra Hindley.
Yeah.
And I think
saw a series on Tubi the other day. I think that's how you pronounce it. And it was nothing but serial killers in the UK going all the way back to the 60s. And you guys have had some demented folks passing through. I mean, we never hear about it. We've got our John Wayne Gacy's and our Jeffrey Dahmers. But
Yeah.
it's like you guys have a whole new twisted bent on the whole
I mean,
thing.
but they didn't.
I was never we never knew about it, and it's just great. I love it.
Ian Brady and his lovely wife or whatever she was.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't really do anything that extreme. I mean, it was just they had their way of doing it, but it wasn't really much different.
I think it was kind of shocking because it was child murders. I think that's what
it was children.
Yeah, and then there was that one fellow over there. He must have. I think he killed like 30, 40 kids in his little basement right there, and he would just lure them up. And everyone was just so matter of fact, and well, we've got another one missing, and they just seem so nonchalant about the whole thing.
Well, gosh, after a while, it's just, I mean, what else do you say? I mean, we got another one.
What else do you say?
I mean, if you're at murder number 30, I mean, what else are they going to say? Well, Jane's missing.
Well,
they're going to say, well, no, we got another one missing. What are we going to do? We didn't find the previous 29.
What are we going to do? That's.
Now, I watch a lot of that ID channel. I don't know if you guys have that over.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. And my ex-girlfriend, she used to say, you're watching that just so you can plot a murder. I'm like, no, I'm watching it. Or like,
no, you're watching it to avoid becoming
I'm not doing it for research.
It's not like I watch Cops to see how I can run from cops.
You watch why
they never get away. They never get away on Cops. If you watch Cops, those guys never get away. They always catch them.
No, they always get caught. So
why would I watch the ID channel about a serial killer that got caught? I mean, or somebody that murdered somebody that got caught? No, I'm not doing it for research. I'm just doing it for my own reasons. It's interesting to me. It's interesting how creepy they are.
Oh, and you ever
in their cesspit? No, but apparently, Ian Brady did an interview with a journalist, and they wrote letters back and forth. When he was committed in the maximum security mental hospital, and there was just two quotes there from that I just thought was interesting. Some of it was about he wasn't eating any food. He wasn't even putting sugar in his coffee. I mean,
no.
that was one of the quotes that I read on that track, and I was like, and how long did he go? Like, I mean, can you imagine? I mean, he was messed up in the head already, but now he's like malnutrition kind of messed up.
hunger shock. I thought for some reason he hung himself, but I might
he died of natural causes.
Okay.
Was this recent or is it no?
No, this is. It was in the 60s, I think.
Yeah.
I saw a deal on Netflix just last weekend about it was a documentary on Jimmy Savile. That was a wild story, and we didn't hear that much about it over here. He was never that big on TV or anything. But I mean, have you heard all about that, Scott?
It's ongoing. I mean, this guy was when I was growing up, he was on television all the time, and he used to run a kids TV program where you would write a letter to him, and he would organize a trip, like a sort of make a wish kind of type thing.
Yeah.
And kids my age, when I was a kid, used to kind of write to him all the time. I know lots of people that did write to him. I never actually went, but it turned out after his death that he was a child molester, and this.
They didn't find out until afterwards.
He died. Yeah, he died without being at all. I mean,
as far as reported.
But I was watching that documentary and looking back, I mean, to me, it was blatant that something was off.
Yeah.
I just don't see how I don't know. Maybe at the time, no one saw any of the red flags.
I
don't know.
If none of the kids speak up about it, then nobody is going to know, and that's
Well,
that's how you get blame the victim.
I found out that's how you get caught. Once the kid starts talking about it, then you're done.
It's not a nice story. I think it's ongoing as well. Still, that
it
is
interesting though. It is interesting, when they do those documentaries about the usually they're deceased or they got executed or something. Did you know there's a guy that's waiting on a firing squad execution over here?
No.
Did you?
I haven't heard it.
I can't remember where it's at. I'm thinking it's Texas.
Yeah, he had the choice. I think they gave him that. And he decided.
He requested it. He requested a firing squad.
Well, he had the choice.
Yeah.
I think it was on the books that he got the choice between that or his main worry was that they changed the cocktails they give for a lethal injection.
Yeah, it wasn't quick enough.
Bad, really.
He wants it to be like that, and that's he's gonna get.
Yeah, he's just he's looking out for himself, I guess, in some weird way. Just wanted to
why prolong it? You know what I mean? Why keep going?
Yeah.
Right.
How did we get?
I mean, you guys never have that kind of spectacle over there, do you?
No, I mean, we don't have capital punishment at all in the UK. So, there's
Did
no
they-
death sentence.
Back
at all.
in the early, like, I guess,
We're in Texas,
18th,
man.
19th
We are
did
cranking them out once a
they
week.
have hangings like they did in like France? Did they do like, or the guillotine and stuff?
Well, we never had a kind of revolution like that. That's why we've still got the Queen. So, I mean, we never had it. No, but I mean, yeah, there
She's
was
still
hangings.
alive?
Oh, yeah, she's hanging on.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Betty White.
I know,
I
yeah.
didn't think Betty White was ever gonna go. I mean, she was mortal. That woman. How funny was she though? Did people make fun of the Queen like we make fun of our president?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's slightly different because we've got the Prime Minister as well, and he's very easy to take, but yes, I mean, I do. I mean, I'm not particularly a royalist, but there's a lot of people that are. She's really just a figurehead. Although saying that, she's one of the richest people in the world.
She's old, so she can't be that making decisions for the country or anything, right?
No, but weirdly,
You
the
hope
Prime
not.
Minister has to go to her to make certain decisions. So yeah, it's a bit odd.
What's the I guess the Capitol House called? I can't remember right off.
Buckingham Palace?
Yeah. Have you been there?
Yeah. I've been outside. I don't know if you could go.
Buckingham Palace.
Yeah.
You have?
I went a few years back. Yeah.
Yeah, Coley's a traveler. He's a world traveler. He's been
All right. Cool.
around the world a couple times.
Yeah, I can't go back, but it was a great visit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Coley walked across the Abbey Road Beatles album.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Did that stop traffic and everything. Yeah.
With bare feet. Yeah, I was tall.
Cool.
So, had the cigarette and the bare feet.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Did you go inside? Did you get to go inside?
I did not. Man, that was my one big regret that I did not.
Should have just
get
took
to
off
see.
running towards the door and just said, "I want in now," and just
Oh, but they give tours, but you got to schedule them, and I was with a group of kids, and it was that wasn't gonna happen, but it was just cool to be there. I was just in all that. We saw that, and we drove down. I got to check out the Royal Albert Hall, and then the Battersea Power Station, where like on the cover of Pink Floyd's Animals. Yeah, and that was really cool to see that in person, even though like a couple of the smokestacks they disassembled by now.
They're making it into. I don't know what they're making it.
High rises or something.
Something like that, but I think it's going to be like almost like a mass complex with sort of all shops and all sorts of stuff. So
just a big gentrification project, I guess.
Yeah.
Wow.
Have you been?
Just ruin it.
Have you been over here to the United States at all?
I have.
You didn't call me? What?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sure you weren't in. I think you were up in Pittsburgh or something.
I probably was. Yeah, knowing me.
He wasn't allowed to leave the county anyway. So
yeah.
I've done the touristy bit. I mean, when I was a kid, I went to Florida, then to California, and more recently, about 10 years ago, I went to Vegas. So
I mean, you hit the hot spots. It sounds
yeah,
like.
basically. I mean, I don't know. It'd be nice to kind of
come over and do Keep Many Live in person. Yes, it would be.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
We could do like some kind of exchange program.
Yeah,
or something.
exchange programs.
We would. I would love to come overseas. However, they're not doing the mask mandate anymore, so I'm definitely down for it. As long as everybody else is wearing a mask, I'm good.
Yeah,
that's what's crazy. Yeah, see, they lifted that recently here. They lifted the Supreme Court went over top of the administration, and I guess they're appealing it now. But if somebody else is wearing a mask, you don't need to wear a mask. Also, you're still protecting them. It's just I can't stand this. It's silly. It's just silly the way people think. I mean, people sit in their cars by themselves and wear a mask. It just makes no sense at all. I mean, it's just
Safety first, man.
What is it?
Safety first. I don't know. Just cool.
I mean, but you're by yourself. I mean, it's like it's hilarious. It's really. It's just as funny as people picking their nose at a red light. I mean, it's just as funny as that.
Yeah.
And okay. You see that a lot.
And how do those people pick their nose at the red light with a mask on? They can't unless they pull it down, and then they're wearing it wrong, and then everybody yells at them for wearing it wrong. It's hilarious. I love it. I think it makes me chuckle. Not now, Dave. I need to know who this Dave is because there's another song with Dave, right?
Well, Dave's actually, I put it on SoundCloud today. I think it's an album, and there's lots of songs on it mentioning Dave, and it's a bit of a long story, but one of the bands I'm still in, I'm still with. One of the groups is a sort of it's a southern rock kind of blues group I play in.
Oh, and an Elton John thing. We'll talk about that after the song, though.
Yeah,
And I gotta know. About that.
So this is basically kind of the drummer that we used to have used to kind of say, used to kind of go like, used to tell a story, and he'd start with, well, the thing is, Dave. And the thing was, there wasn't actually anyone in the band called Dave. So
I think Coley's done that before when we've been playing together. I think.
What? So everyone became Dave after a while, and it's a kind of a laugh, at what we used to do. And plus, he used to always kind of just do crazy sort of polyrhythms in the middle of a sort of blues song,
and that's what happened with this one, right?
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I love that.
Well, let's take a
okay.
What is it, a gander? Would that be?
Yeah, gander, yeah.
A gander at Not Now, Dave. Not now.
How's this one go then, Dave? This one goes on as Dave. Boom cha, diddly doo da. Dave, what are you doing? Sorry, boys. Dave! Oh, does it not go like that?
That's absolutely phenomenal.
Thanks. I like that one. It's good. Yeah, that came out quite well. That one.
I had to save that one for the end because I mean that one has the first one has energy, but that one definitely with the stops and talking about Dave and stuff.
Yeah, it's a bit of fun, poking a bit of fun at what that whole album's supposed to be a kind of metaphor of what the music I played in the last kind of 15 years, I suppose.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be a bit of fun, and
You get a lot of you get a lot of commenters on your songs. I noticed too, because you have to click to make the page bigger where it shows the whole song.
yeah.
And then that's where you see where people. I don't have like anybody other than those bots saying, "Well, repost the track." That's only people that comment on my stuff. I'm like, thanks. You need to listen to it.
I'm sure I'm going to have a listen again tomorrow, Scott. I'll chuck in some comments. I'm sure.
Just write a crap load of comments on all of them.
Yeah.
You might have other things to do, but just take some time out of your day tomorrow and do
Yeah.
that.
Absolutely.
Same thing for
Be
you.
my pleasure.
He listens, but he doesn't tell me he listens, which I like that better. I don't.
Yeah.
And if there's something wrong, he will tell me.
I don't want to put any kind of undue pressure any more than you already have on you. So.
It's a good song too. Under pressure. Okay. So how many bands are you in?
Okay, so I had to sort of write these down. I see about it. I'm in the Swamp City Shakers, which is this southern rock blues band, and we don't really do much anymore. That we do a once a month jam night at a pub local to here in West Wickham. Then I'm in a band called the B-Movie Creatures, which is probably my regular gigging band. Probably gig about once or twice a month, and that's kind of, I don't know what you call it, sort of pub rock. We play like things like Guns N' Roses and AC/DC and stuff like that. Yeah, kind of sort of radio friendly rock. And then I'm also in the Elton John tribute act, which is called Jamie and the Jets.
I knew Coley was like, Coley just stopped what he was doing. He was like,
yeah, just his what?
Oh yeah, I'm a big Elton John fan. Sure.
How did that come about? Is it just a band that's been around for a while and you just kind of joined with them, or
no? It's a guy. The guy that actually sings in the B-Movie Creatures. He's the lad that runs the band, and it was at a time I just wasn't in anything, and he asked me, and I was really interested because he was going to be in it, and there were some other people that I'd never played with. I really wanted to play with those musicians.
Yeah.
And it's a great, weirdly, I mean, I'm not an Elton John fan. I like.
Are you playing? What do you play? Are you playing keys in that, or?
No, I'm playing bass. Playing bass. Yeah.
Play the upright bass and just change the style of it and everything. It'd be great.
Yeah.
I would definitely.
But it's weirdly, it's one of the most. It's some of the biggest gigs I've ever played. That I've been with that band, and it is good. It's a great. He is a good song. Yeah. So.
Yeah, people like the songs.
Yeah.
You know what you should do is as Flamboyant Bone open for the band sometime.
Yeah, I'm not sure it would come. I don't know.
Gigs, that's where you need to open for that band. They sound excellent.
Yeah.
Elton John and Flamboyant Bone. I mean, that sounds like a good.
It sells itself.
I think I could sell that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't have to really work very hard. I mean, I would go to it. I'd be like, I'm really going to see Flamboyant Bone. Who is this Elton John?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you joining us on the show. It's been great. I would say lovely, but that's more something you would say over in the UK. It's been awesome having you on the show.
Thank you very much.
Welcome back anytime. Every time you put
I'd love to come back
on the show. It's so easy to put an album out on SoundCloud. It's terrific.
Yeah.
So every time you put an album out, just tell me, and you come back on the show, and we'll do another round of this.
I'd love to, Scott. I'd love to. Absolutely. I've had a great time.
Do a co-host.
Yeah, good checking out your stuff.
Yeah.
Man.
Cheers. Thanks, John. I'm going to still check out some of yours. I've joined Amazon Music for a month, so I'm going to really crack on with a lot, because I really like a lot of the stuff. So I'll check it out.
Thanks, man. Thanks. It's like you. It's just I found that it is just the best therapy in the world for me.
I mean, he was doing it before we were all locked in the rooms.
Yeah.
He was locked in the rooms on purpose.
Yeah, right.
I think you're going to see a lot of new guitar players. I know that there was a guitar buying boom during the pandemic, and probably just in general, people, setting up with a little MIDI studio in their home, and I think
there's actually a Volca. There's a Volca jam. It's actually a Volca open mic that they have on Instagram that I try to jump in there on Sunday nights. They do. So when you're
Volca jam, really?
I mean, it doesn't have to be strictly Volcas. I mean, sometimes we'll have the mini log here or something, and the DFAN and stuff, and I'll just plug my phone into the live feed, and it's an open mic. over the.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I wish they did. I wish they did stuff more like that in venues. Like up in Morgantown.
Yeah, like yeah.
Actually, we tried to do a
We did do it.
a
We did
live.
do it.
We brought some machines, a couple of Volcas, and I think some drum machines or something. And people liked it, but I think most people thought we were DJing. They didn't know what we were doing. They just saw two guys sitting up there behind, twisting knot. I think they thought we were just spinning
mirror
records
above
or
you
something.
they can see down what we're doing. That's.
But yeah, I mean, if you saw two guys sitting like that, you wouldn't know any better. And they didn't realize like we were making all that, so nobody was really paying attention. But the club owner was nice enough that he didn't immediately kick us off, and so that's pretty.
Not immediately.
Immediately.
We've had me and Coley's. We did play a guitar gig over at a small town across one county over in Grafton. Me and Coley played guitar over at what was it, Big Daddy's? Big Daddy's, that's what's called. And they scheduled us, and then when we got there, they
That's right. Oh, it's that place where they paid us, and they didn't want to pay us, and you talked them into paying us in alcohol. Which
I didn't. No, they offered that.
I don't drink, so I had two.
He had a crap ton of water, free water. I mean, his water was expensive.
But he was very impressed that you're not going to believe we've got free food.
Free
They
drinks.
did say they were going to pass a hat around. Remember, they said we'd pass around a hat, and that there was never a hat passed around.
Yes,
There was a crap load of hats in there.
There was no one even wearing a hat there.
They wanted to put their money in the hats of the people that were wearing them. You know what I mean?
That was awful, man. When they had some guy asked that we turn down so they could turn up that special report because somebody had been caught throwing rocks at Rosie O'Donnell or something. It was some kind of deal, and I knew right then, well, if they're choosing this, we might as well just hang it up, man.
Bunch of hillbillies.
I have been to a gig once where the barbecue left before I did. I was just like,
we got paid in booze, and we still ended up owing a bar tab. I don't understand that.
I don't see how that happened because I didn't drink that many. I think people were drinking on my tab.
Yeah.
Did you announce it on the microphone, Coley? Because I don't remember if you did. Maybe I did have that many. I don't know. I can't remember.
I don't know, man. That's the last time you should negotiate for us.
I was planning on retiring this ancient marquee that's held together by super glue and duct tape because it's been knocked off the wall so many times. Most recently, it was 5 minutes before I was going on the show. It fell off the wall and it just shattered. And I had 5 minutes to super glue it back together. And it's still part of the show. It's been there since 101 times, and I always change it at the end to the next show. So it's already there. That's just something else I have to do. But I also have to get the letters ready for the next one. But it takes these little teeny tiny little like micro machine letters that you can. So that's what I do at the end. So take a good look. I think I sent you a picture of it on your.
You did. Yeah, thanks.
So take a good look at it because it's about to change. But thanks for being on. It's been a lot of fun. We've had a lot of fun talking to you, Coley. Thanks so much. I'll see you in about next week or something like that.
Lord willing, sure.
So we'll hang out, and I'm sure we'll come up with some kind of song about a serial killer that's awesome.
I'm telling you, we'll mind this series I've been checking on Netflix of the UK serial killers.
It will be.
There's
huge.
over there.
It'll be huge. I'll be back Sunday with Fubar, which we'll listen to here in a second. Then Monday with the safety meeting. Tomorrow night's Music on Main with Pinky's Brains, Scare Tape, and the leader band. I can't change the thing right. I'm busy. But come down to Music on Main. I believe it's 7 o'clock and $10 and all ages and all that stuff. Tom, thank you very much for joining us. Coley,
Thanks very much, Scott. Thanks, John.
Tom, if you got like 5 minutes, just chill for a little bit.
Yeah.
Until I do this.
No worries.
Chat for a second. Coley, if you got some time too, I know you're not, unless the tamale truck's on its way.
What you need? What are we doing? We jam?
Just stay right there. You're good. You're good right there.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna play this song by Fubar. It's called "Don't Arrest Me." It's terrific. A little bit of reggae for your Friday night, and I will see you guys on Sunday. Bye bye.
Please, please, please don't arrest me. Don't arrest me. Don't you know I got an ounce of hash in my dashboard? Officer, don't test me. to care. When everyone's so unaware, you waste your time with drinks. I waste my time with things, but no, you got to follow the rules. Creative intellect by people no smarter than common fools. Blowing the smoke in my face, so now you've solved up your case. So no, I think I'd rather be a hippie than a drunk who beats his family, send me busy.